Everybody, how's it going tonight? So, after I posted the conversation about between Shanann and her friend Taylor, I was sort of bombarded a little bit, but that I should have included links and I should have read the messages out loud. There's a reason that I wasn't able to share that link, and that's due to legality, copyright infringement issues. So, um, this being live, I am going to read you guys the text messages because I feel awful that I didn't think about that. So, let's just start off with the messages as I've received them here, okay? So, Taylor thought that the text messages might be relevant. And all right, so the following is a reproduction of the text messages that began on August 8th at about 8:30. Okay, so Taylor says, Nikki just told me that you want to cancel the gender reveal. What's going on? Is everything okay? Shanann responded, Chris said we are not compatible anymore. Taylor responded, I just landed in Chicago, like still on the airplane. And then Taylor also responds saying, oh my gosh, what? And then Shanann responds by stating, he said we are not compatible anymore, exclamation mark. He refused to hug me, said he thought another baby would fix his feelings, said he refused couples counseling. Shanann also said before I left he couldn't get enough, we couldn't get enough of each other. So I guess they were, making love a lot before she left for this trip. And when she got back home, he was completely opposite. So it continues to say, Taylor asks her, what the hell changed in 6 weeks? And Shanann says, he said he had a lot of time to think. And Taylor said, I am so sorry. She also says, I don't know what to say. Shanann says, girl, me either. Then Taylor says, we all get together. We all get together when I get home. Sorry, guys, this is live, and this just sounds so silly sometimes. So I might mix this up because some of the text messages, I guess, are sent quickly, so they're not really auto-correcting it to sound particular. So for those of you that are just tuning in, I'm really sorry that I didn't read out the text messages, and that's what I'm doing now for everybody because I felt awful that I uploaded. I was not able to share the link with anybody due to copyright infringement. So I can't share the link, but I can read the text messages, and I feel really bad that I didn't think of this earlier. So for those of you that are watching now, these are the text messages between Shanann and her friend Taylor. Okay. So when Taylor says, we're all going to get together when I get home, Shanann says, I've cried myself to sleep over a week now. And she says, okay, honey, to her friend. Taylor proceeds to say, sorry, just got fumbled, brain fart here. Too many different pictures, and I'm trying to enlarge it so I can read them clearly. Taylor says, I'm here for you, whatever you need. Shanann says, love you more and thank you. Thank you, love. And then Shanann says, next Friday, she thinks, the 17th. She was asking her friend Taylor, could she help out with the kids for a few hours? Taylor then said, I have to work both of my jobs. I'm sorry, what's going on? Shanann says, we are trying to leave for a weekend. Friends who's staying for the weekend can't be here until after 7. So Taylor apologizes and said she's working from 7 a.m. till 9:30 p.m. And then Taylor asks, you and Chris, ? And then the next question was, are you and the girls okay? But she never heard back. So very, very, very sad, that it seems like, Chris was trying to get away, and, I will have more information because I have to go through 1,960 pages, you guys. And let's face it, that's a lot of work, right? So I'm desperately trying to get all the information to you guys as quickly as possible in the most respectable manner as possible as well. So I really am sorry for those of you who, I am live, Tammy, for those of you who, just got upset with me for, not really reading out the messages. I had thought putting them on the video and like uploading the picture of you guys could pause it and then enlarge it and look at it, but I guess that wasn't the case. So there, I've read out the text messages that happened between Shanann and Taylor, like literally the, what does it say the date was here again? Sorry. Literally the August 8th. So many different things to have to look through, you guys. So I'm desperately trying to get you guys all the information. I'm so sorry for those of you that, tuned in and thought that my video was clickbait. And I'm like, no. I literally put up the pictures for you guys to read, but I guess some of you guys didn't catch that. And I should have taken the time to read it out loud. I actually didn't think of that. So I just wanted to take a minute to do that with you guys here because I thought it was important, and I like to be authentic and honest with you guys. So yeah, so sorry, this, I'm just trying to make sure that I have the date right on all of this. Because it was the 17th when she was talking with the officers. She came forward to them, which I thought was really, it's really nice when something bad happens to your friend, right? That you step up and say, hey, listen, like I might have some information. And there was a lot of people in the area from their home that had cameras on their, porch doorbells and things like that were able to approach the Frederick Police Department and give them those USBs, give them that information to help find Shanann, to help solve this case. So honestly, kudos to all of you guys that stepped up and went like, we're going to help, like good for you guys. I feel like too many people are too scared to do that these days. And we need those good souls out there. So thank you for everybody who did step in and say, hey, I've got some information. I've got some messages, whatever. I honestly am a little bit concerned with what I'm about to read about Nicole Kessinger and how much she may actually know about this, how much involvement maybe she even had with this. And it's scary that, she almost seemed to want to take Shanann's place, like, really, really horrible. Like it makes you re-look at your own life in a sense, right? Like, holy, if this can happen to this couple that looked like they were doing so well and had so much together in their life, it almost seems like it could happen to any of us, right? Which is kind of scary. Wonder why people want to call Watt's phone number. I think that it's just because they're getting this information. And I'm sure that there's some supporters out there that are completely siding on the fact that Shanann was rude sometimes. Well, like her husband was cheating on her. I would be rude too, for crying out loud, if I found that out, I was tempted to call the numbers. You won't get an answer anyways, though. Because, and Tammy, is that the link for the 1,960 page document? Because I'm not sure. It just said document, I think. Hi, Melanie. How are ya? Thanks for tuning in. I usually don't do a live like this, guys, but I came home from dinner with a bunch of friends, and I had seen so many messages while I was out for dinner that who's paying for his phone? Possibly his parents? You just want to leave a nasty message. Be nice, people. Let's be nice. Whatever. Like, it is what it is. The message will never get to him anyway. It is 2,000 pages. Mine is 1,960 pages. So I wonder what the heck mine is missing. But lots to go through. Soul. There was a neighbor that said he had overheard Chris Watts yelling at Shanann. No kidding, right? Actually, I read that. And, it's nice that the neighbor came forward to say that after she was killed, right? Thank goodness, somebody came forth. I really wasn't ready for a live. I just sort of popped on and I thought, well, I'm going to read out these messages for you guys because I felt awful for having not thought about that, to be honest. Yelling at the kids too, yeah, like honestly, pretty brutal situation. Hi, Tuesday Traps. Okay, so in Canada, we celebrate our Thanksgiving mid-October-ish. So we did ours a long time ago, but mine was quiet. It usually is. I don't have a whole lot of family where I live, so it is usually pretty quiet. This is so crazy, just when we thought this was over. Yeah, well, you know what? I think that it's not over, especially with the fact of how much Nicole Kessinger seems to know. Like, this is ridiculous that she wasn't sort of investigated more and possibly charged with obstruction of justice with deleting important information. If she had anything to do with this or knowledge that this was about to happen, then she's partly accomplice. So I don't understand why, she was sort of allowed to just, play this victim card and come onto the radio station after, sort of things came out about her and Chris, Do I think that the baby was last try to save the marriage? I think that Chris probably at one point thought it might be a good idea to save his marriage and maybe another baby would help that. Whatever. I mean, that's probably one of the poorest decisions you could ever make, to bring a baby in the world thinking that that's going to bring you closer together. Excuse me. Yeah. Nicole Kessinger is a piece of work. It's really, really shocking, like I said, that they haven't, oops, sorry, I'm pushing the wrong thing. Also want to let you guys know that I do have Super Chat engaged for anybody. Anybody want to send a thank you donation or anything like that, I will definitely say a shout out to your name. I do totally appreciate all your viewing. I did want to definitely show you guys that, these documents are real and this information is real. And I don't understand why Nicole was sort of just let, kind of go on your merry way, play the victim card like she didn't know anything when, it comes out very well in this report that she knew a lot, and she knew a lot about Shanann, and it probably quite appearingly looks like she wanted to take over her place. Like, I'm sure she looked at the beautiful home they lived in and thought, this could be mine, kind of thing with Chris. Like, needless to say that, like, that wasn't even close to the case. And I don't think it ever would have been. Like, neither one of them would have been able to afford something like that, So, I don't know. I think it's pretty audacious of Nicole to try to just take over Shanann's life. Like, I don't understand the mentality on that. Like, I'm trying to have some lighting so you guys can really see me a little bit better, but I'm not having very much luck. But this wasn't going to be like necessarily a really long video. There, I've got my computer on so you guys could see me a little bit better. But it wasn't intended to be a really long video. I really just wanted to jump on and say, like, I'm so sorry, you guys, that I didn't read out the text messages, and I hope that you listen to the beginning of this video because it does have, I've read it all out for you guys. So thanks, for tuning in and watching. Is there anybody who has any other questions or thoughts or I mean, there's a lot of pages that I still have to read through, so but definitely if you have the time, to look through something like this too, check it out. Shanann was definitely in love with Chris and definitely tried to make things work with their husband, and unfortunately, he chose to go with Nicole Kessinger. So sad, very, very, very sad. I think that she probably might have even coerced him into thinking that this would be a good idea in some way, and I would hope that, honestly, the Frederick Police Department have gone through her devices, that they've forensically gone through her devices and found all of the incriminating anything. But at the same time, I feel like they've kind of already let it go with, you know, the confession and the sentencing of Chris Watts. So, you know, it is what it is, and yeah, let's see what else is in these pages, I guess, and we'll go from there. I will update you guys again soon. Don't forget to help pick out the logo, and definitely the super chat's enabled. If you do a donation, I will definitely shout out your name. And you know, I look forward to setting up a merchandise store so you guys can help support me and my channel, so we can continue to bring you the best true crime stories happening. It's live now, but oh my gosh. I really wasn't prepared for this one. I kind of came flying in the door like, I've got to set this straight. I've got to get on here and tell these people, like, I do have these reports. I just didn't think to read them out. So I will definitely read through the rest of the reports, and I will keep you guys updated. So thanks for watching, and stay safe out there. We'll see you again soon. Bye for now. Now I gotta figure out how to end this. And of course, I don't know.